Spy Classroom Volume 2 Review. Last year, Yen Press began releasing the highly anticipated Spy Classroom light novel series in the West. They will return to the series with Volume 2 in hand to find out if still the delightful spy thriller to was in its first installment. Volume 2 of Spy Classroom opens with Master Spy Claus overworking by taking a difficult missions all by himself after he and his spy team accomplished their first impossible mission together in the previous book. He realized that they still have a long way to go and he doesn't want to put them in danger, so for now, he's completing solo missions while engaging in daily training with his team, who are still yet to defeat him. Meanwhile, Lily and the rest of the girls are upset by the fact Klaus won't lean on them for support or even take them along on easier missions. They try to reason with their boss, but their inability to defeat him in battle leaves them without a bargaining chip. That is, until the new impossible mission comes in and Klaus has no choice but to put together a group of three to accomplish it. The new mission sees Klaus, Lily, Grete, and Sibylla tasked with defeating an assassin going after the notable politician, but animal lovers are providing support. The first order of business is for the girls to infiltrate the politician's mansions as maids and find out more about their character with Klaus chases his lead on his own way for their team. But are these three even ready to take on a job like this? Readers may remember Lily as being a focus in Volume 1 as well as the leader of the team. Lily can unleash poison from her body to immobilize enemies, which is immune to poisons used against her. Grete, meanwhile, is the mastermind behind all the attacks a group launch against Klaus, as well as being skilled in disguises. As for Sibylla, she's a skilled fighter with a lot of strength. Should things come to a long drawn-out battle, she's more suited than Lily or Grete are. If the first book was supposed to be Lily's story, it is fair to say that Volume 2 belongs to Grete, with Sibylla's story shoved in. Grete, like most of them working under Klaus, something holding her back for reaching her full potential. In Grete's case, it's her anthrophobia, she doesn't extend to Klaus with whom she's fallen in love. Admit that Grete having feelings for Klaus is something I wasn't particularly fond of back of Volume 1, but I think author Takemichi does a good job of reining it in here and giving it a purpose. It also helps that there is a resolution to it within this book. Also, I'll leave it to readers to find out for themselves what happens here. Like the first book, I don't think Volume 2 is perfect. In places, it's a clumsy collection of tropes and quirky characters that somehow come together to create a highly entertaining work. I suppose it reminds me of some action movies, but the best method of enjoyment is not to think too deeply about it and just enjoy the ride. That's not to say it's poorly written drum, since its twists and turns are well drawn out and everything makes sense, no matter how much it escalates with the beginning of the mission. My main criticism tie around is that Takemichi tries to explore the backstory for both Grete and Sibylla, which I think works, given the short page count the book has to work with. Grete ends up being a main focus with Sibylla feels sidelined, as if he preferred if a story was saved for later and the series was properly appreciated. As previously mentioned, Spy Classroom Volume 2 comes to the West thanks to Yen Press and continues to be translated by Nathaniel Thrasher. The translation reads well with no issues to note. Volume 3 of the series is due for an English release in May. Overall, Spy Classroom Volume 2 is an entertaining read that capitalizes on what made the first installment fun. Ultra has some minor criticism. There's nothing here that will put readers off provided they enjoy Volume 1. 8 over 10.